Welcome back to the We Are City channel, to our Manchester City FC 24 reboot career mode, kicking things off with a youth academy report today of Davin Mbamba, who's been impressing in training. He joined the under-21 squad this summer from West Ham United for 1.2 million. He's got a potential of only 78, but we think he can go further than that. He's a promising forward known for his pace, physicality and clinical finishing. He's got an ability to find space in the box combined with strong aerial skills, making him a constant threat. And Mbamba also displays excellent work rate and has a keen sense of positioning, showing great potential for growth. He has been a player that City have seen a lot in, and they have watched him play for West Ham and thought he's good. He's been impressing for our under-21s again this season. He's been impressing when he's been given the chance in first-team training with Pep Guardiola's side. And we've got a decision to make next season whether he's part of the squad, but with Tony and Haaland that might be difficult, or does he go out on loan and get some big experience and play some big matches? Well, this is how the Premier League table is looking. Still, we trail Liverpool by 1 point after 25 Premier League games. But the season has certainly been exciting, hasn't it? We're way off Liverpool. Liverpool started to slow down, a little bit like Arsenal. We've started to speed up. We've had a lot of wins recently, and we sit 1 point behind Liverpool at the top of the Premier League table. Spurs in third on 53. Newcastle in fourth on 47. And starting to wake up in this season, Aston Villa, Manchester United and Arsenal all on 44 points, working their way up the table. Brighton and Fulham, Crystal Palace make up the top 10. Chelsea down in 11th. They've had a terrible season again. And it's Ipswich, Wolves, Southampton, the bottom three. Everton, Bournemouth, Leicester, Brentford, West Ham United just starting to pull away from those three now. And it's starting looking pretty certain that it's going to be Southampton, Wolves and Ipswich going down. There's a long way in the season yet to go, depending on how other teams perform. And it is looking sort of like a Spurs City Liverpool title race as well. We can sort of predict where the top three and the bottom three are going to be. We're going to kick off today's episode with a game away from home against Bournemouth, who sit in 16th place and are having a regularly decent season. And then, retribution time. We got knocked out very early on in the Carabao Cup to Aston Villa. They're the side we face in the FA Cup. This is the AFC Bournemouth side. So Stephen Meunier, former Huddersfield man, starts up top. Got Sinisterra and Semenyo in the wide areas and Alex Scott in behind. Captain Cook and Tyler Adams in the midfield too. And then it's Ian, Hewson, Zeberni and Aaron's the back four. Very good looking side with Ryman, the goalkeeper. Senesi suspended for this one. And then it's Neto, Kirakez, Philip, Billing, Cliver, Favre, Adam Smith and Radu as well. Good looking side for Adoni and Raiola. Bit outperformed though Bournemouth as we go to the Vitality, with 2 losses and 2 draws in our last 4. As for Manchester City, a few changes in our start 11 as we look towards that game against Aston Villa in the FA Cup. In goal starts Edison. It's Akanji, Stones, Ake and Rico Lewis, the back four. Captain Rodri in the holding midfield row with Mateo Kovacic and Phil Foden in front. Savinho on the right, Grealish on the left, and Oscar Bob is in for a very tired Ivan Toney at the false 9 role. We look to bring on Toney if we need a goal. James McAtee is also on the bench. Doku, Guimaraes, Diaz, Vardiol. Well, there is Nathan Ake warming up, position left back, age 29. Nathan Ake has played a big part in Manchester City's season. So Manchester City versus Bournemouth here, AFC Bournemouth, Manchester City, the Vitality. 2 sides at the opposite end of the table. Bournemouth who are expected to stay in the Premier League this season, despite their position at the moment. We're trying to win the Premier League for 5 in a row. Sinisterra burns past Manu Akanji here. Good running by Sinisterra, good tackle by Akanji. And he gets it away and out towards Savinho. Oh, late one on Savinho here from the fullback. And that's only a yellow card for Alex Scott. I thought he was the fullback. Alex Scott, the midfield there with a really late challenge on Savinho. Kanji, Rodri. Okay. Rico Lewis loses out there towards Max Aarons. Ake can't stop the ball through to Semenyo. City in trouble here, Semenyo. Semenyo looks to Dink Edison and Semenyo puts it over the bar. That was a very difficult one to try and pull off for Semenyo, but he did try it. He wasn't too far away. Going in behind towards Savinho. Savinho. The byline. Savinho. Beats his man Savinho. Pulls it back to Foden here, and Hewson is stood then. The best of cutbacks by Savinho. Rodri steps out. Back to Sinisterra. Sinisterra right across here. Stones in there as well. And he blocks it behind for a corner. There's John Stones. And we had a chance at one end. Bournemouth comes so quickly up the other. Nathan Ake away, only as far to the edge of the box here. Chance for a shot, chance for a chance. Big save, Edison. I tell you what, Bournemouth feel very solid at the back. Rodri into Phil Foden. We've opened them up a little bit here. Foden. Foden through to Oscar Bob here. It's Oscar Bob for Manchester City, and City take the lead over Bournemouth. And it's Oscar Bob in the false 9 role today. Found by Foden and finished by Bob. And that is a goal made in the Manchester City Academy. Brilliant from Oscar Bob. Foden through. Plays it to Bob. And Bob with a really good finish. City take the lead here in the Premier League over Bournemouth. Well, it's not been an easy game. Bournemouth have actually had a really good chance themselves. But a really good finish from Oscar Bob. Bends it past the goalkeeper. Celebrations of Pep Guardiola. Oscar Bob scores for City. And City lead by 1-0. Brilliant goal from Oscar Bob. Foden sends it back to Akanji, who struggled to create today against Bournemouth. They're actually very solid defensively. Half-time 1-0 lead, but they've been very solid. Create to Bournemouth. Very solid. They're quite good. Aarons. Rico Lewis. Wide to Jack Grealish here. Bit of space for City. Kovacic. Oscar Bob's in again here. Oscar Bob's in again. Big save by the keeper. And behind for a corner. Good chance for Oscar Bob once again. Really nice movement by him. Rodri in. Nathan Ake with a free header against his former side. It's over the bar by Nathan Ake. I thought that was going in the back of the net for Ake. I was certain he was putting that in the top corner, but he heads it over the bar. Rico. In behind to Grealish here. Well read by Max Aarons. Rico slides in to try and win it. And they get away in this space behind where Rico Lewis is playing there. Semenyo. Meunier. Kovacic with a great challenge. Mateo Kovacic, but he only slows him down. He doesn't win it back. Sinisterra ball in behind us here. Edison slow off his line here. Edison's so slow off his line. And Bournemouth equalise at 1-1. Well, Tyler Adams scores. Once that ball goes in behind, Edison's going to be off his line straight away. Now. And he's not. And I think if Edison comes off his line there, he stops that. Very, very poor from Edison. And Bournemouth equalise 1-1. It's frustrating there. Edison didn't come out for that one. Stones keeps it in. Well done, John Stones, and away to Akanji. Brilliant by Manu Akanji and John Stones. Phil Foden. City counter now in numbers. Foden. Wide to Savinho. Space for Savinho. He's been a little bit quiet today, Savinho. But here's his chance. Foden. Over to Oscar Bob. Back into the middle by Oscar Bob. Grealish is there for the tap-in. What a mistake by Bournemouth, and Jack Grealish pounces. 2-1 Manchester City, and it's Jack Grealish with the goal. He's 11th for the Premier League season from that left-hand side, where Jack Grealish has just become a completely different player this year. So lethal in the box. Phone over to Bob. Tries to flick it back into Kovacic. Bournemouth clear it away. And there is Grealish. And he just gets there. He just gets some sort of touch on it. And he rolls it in. Foden. A nice ball to Bruno Guimaraes here. And Bruno drives it away. Then he plays the ball in behind to Jack Grealish here. It's Grealish against Aarons. And Jack Grealish here. Grealish the goal scorer. Grealish still. He's still going here, Grealish. Grealish again. Good save by the keeper. Zibiani. Wide to Aarons. Giving away to Phil Foden. Into James McAtee. Back onto Phil Foden here. It's Phil Foden for Manchester City. It's saved by the keeper. And Foden again. And the keeper heads it away. And Bob back out to Rodri. Foden should have scored there. Kanji stays with him. Right, and that is full time. A 2-1 win over Bournemouth. Not so easy. Not so easy at all. Well, we come away with that 2-1 win. We made it difficult for ourselves. I don't know how Foden doesn't score again at the end there. But a 2-1 win. And the winner comes from that man again, Jack Grealish. Well, apparently, medical staff have cleared Erling Haaland to return after injury. He can now rejoin the first team training sessions. It's up for you to judge whether he's available for selection. I should warn you, they'll play Erling Haaland too soon comes the risk of aggravating an injury or setting back the player's recovery. But Haaland is back in training, people. Haaland is nearly back. And not only is Haaland back in training, but his current sort of training plan, his recovery plan, would mean he won't be back in today's episode, but he could be back on the bench for the Manchester derby, which is coming up in the next episode. A big derby at the Etihad Stadium, and Erling Haaland could be there to make an impact off the bench in that one, and perhaps even help Manchester City win that game off the bench. We've got Ivan Toney, of course, who's been really good, but just nothing touches Erling Haaland, does it? He's actually still our club's top goal scorer in this season with 19 goals. He's still one of the Premier League top goal scorers as well. And I can't wait for him to be back in this Manchester City side. And I have to ask you guys, I mean, let us know in the comments down below, how many goals will Haaland score this season when he returns? I'm saying another 20 at least, perhaps even 30. We're in all competitions still in the FA Cup, the Champions League and the Premier League title race. And Haaland could be crucial to all trophies. Well, next is FA Cup action against Aston Villa. They start with Martin in goal, Maatsen, Araujo, Pau Torres and Matty Cash the back four. Captain John McGinn and Ross Barkley in the midfield, two Leon Bailey and Kingsley Coman in the wide areas. João Felix in behind, Ollie Watkins up top. They've got the likes of Dobbin, Olsen, Mings, Lo Celso, Onana, Kamara and Diego Carlos on the bench. It's only round 5 of the FA Cup. You can see they've got 4 wins from their last 5. Very good side, Aston Villa. Knocked out the Carabao Cup. We're looking for revenge today in the FA Cup. This is side for Aston Villa in the FA Cup today. Ortega starts in goal. It's Walker, Diaz, Akanji and Vardiol the back 4. Rodri, Guimaraes and Bernardo Silva the midfield 3. Ball on the right, Doku on the left, and Ivan Toney starts through the middle. No Erling Haaland quite yet. It's Savinho, McAtee, O'Reilly, Kovacic, Stones, Lewis, and not Stefan Ortega, he's in goal. It's Scott Carson on the bench. No Foden today, he is rested. No Ake today, he's also rested. And no Jack Grealish either against his former side. But Villa Park awaits a good side that have beat us here already in a cup competition this season. Knocked us out earlier of the Carabao Cup. Villa have so many good players, and you'd expect it to be further up the Premier League table. But they are doing relatively well considering the teams that are above them. João Felix in that side. Unai Emery, the manager. It's City versus Aston Villa. FA Cup action, live from Villa Park. So live from Villa Park, Manchester City versus Aston Villa. Looking for revenge from the Carabao Cup elimination. This Villa side look really good. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat us here today. Kanji across, Bailey, good feet. Ollie Watkins, near post. Chance of Watkins here. And Stefan Ortega. He's called to action within 2 minutes at Villa Park. Right to Oscar Bob. They keep running with Bernardo here. Bob against Maatsen. Bob for City. Nice shift of the body by Bob here. Bob past Maatsen. Brilliant from Oscar Bob. Bob to the edge of the box to Guimaraes. Back out to Doku. Vardy will arrive him. Doku again. Back out to Akanji. City struggling to work their way through. Vardiol. There's a good chance there. Good play as well. Guimaraes could have hit it. Decided against it. Guimaraes. Doku turns. He wants to take on Cash. He does take on Cash. He takes him on down the byline here, Jeremy Doku. And Doku's doing absolutely fantastic here. John McGinn chases Doku. Doku still going into the box here. Doku. Doku. Pull it to Oscar Bob. Blocked away by Ian Maatsen. Kanji. Walker. Diaz. First time ping out to Oscar Bob. We go the other way now. Bob. Against Maatsen. Bob's beat him. Bob. Far post. Ivan Toney's there away. Rodri against Watkins. They win that one in Villa counter with numbers now. Here's João Felix. Walker across. Watkins. Bailey. Looking to run Vardiol. He's done really well there initially. There, Jamaican Leon Bailey. Vardiol with him. Bailey into the box. Vardiol interception and Doku away. And City can counter their own here. Bernardo Silva for City. Walker. Bernardo. Walker. And that is half time in the FA Cup. 0-0. Villa and Manchester City at Villa Park. Tense game, tight game so far. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo. Walker. Switch of play to Vardiol. Guimaraes. Over towards Vardiol here. Joško Vardiol. Clips it in. Blocked away with the hand of the player there, referee. Should be a penalty. Still going here, Felix. Wide towards Kingsley Coman. Puts inside Walker. Little back heel towards Ross Barkley. Back to Ollie Watkins here. Chance. Deflects the far post to Leon Bailey. How lucky is that? How lucky is that? We block the shot. And it deflects perfectly to the far post to Leon Bailey. Talk about luck. Villa score. I'm not happy with Ivan Toney's movement here. Want him in the box really. He's a target player at the moment. He's not been that. Villa score. 1-0 Aston Villa in the FA Cup again. City. So frustrating. Rodri arriving. Why is Ivan Toney on the edge of the box here? Get in the box, Tony. You're great in the air. We need you. Guimaraes. Doku. Jeremy Doku! 1-1. Jeremy Doku at that far post scores for City. Big goal from Doku. Big goal from Jeremy Doku to equalise in the FA Cup. Well, Toney into Guimaraes. Good take. Good turn. Good touch by Doku. And then with that right foot, he bends it past Emi Martinez. A difficult goalkeeper to beat. But Doku makes no mistake on that one. Manchester City won. Aston Villa won. Doku's been destructive today. Doku, and he's away from Matty Cash. Doku. Brilliant from Doku. Doku. Toney. Toney on the turn. Ivan Toney scores again. 2 on Manchester City. Doku brilliant down that left-hand side. And Ivan Toney scores again, as he just keeps doing. And City have the lead in the FA Cup here. Good play by Doku. Once he's gone away from Cash there, he's in trouble. Into Toney. Good touch on the turn. Holds his man off. And he bends it to that far corner. Brilliant finish from Ivan Toney. And Manchester City lead. Rodri. Toney. Round the corner to Bernardo brilliantly. Bernardo Silva City. Bernardo. Crossed it in. McAtee's there. McAtee on the strike. Blocked away and behind for a corner. Good find as well by Bernardo Silva. Corner ball. And away by Aston Villa. McAtee will be going out to it. Back out to Bernardo. Crossed him. Rodri on the edge of the box here. It wasn't meant for him. Watkins, and they bring it away, Villa here. Minutes left, but City in trouble. Watkins. Against Ruben Diaz. Runs inside Diaz and Kyle Walker. Really good recovery from Walker. Back to Ortega. Oh, Ortega. What is that to Rodri? And Watkins hits one, and Ortega's forced to make the save there. Tried to send that long to Toney, and he didn't do it. Corner ball. Crossing by Villa. Away by Vardy, all the way to the edge of the box here. Chance for Villa, and Ortega makes another spectacular save at the end of the half. And at the end of the game, and Manchester City 2-2-1 wins in today's episode. It's another 2-1 win. We're through in the FA Cup, and we do get a bit of retribution and revenge for Aston Villa knocking us out of the Carabao Cup. We're through to round 6, whatever that is. That might even be the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. Ivan Toney with the winner. A bit of disappointing news to end the episode after the FA Cup triumph. Stefan Ortega Moreno has come to Pep Guardiola's office to talk to Pep Guardiola. He's his boss. I've been thinking a lot lately, and I want to be upfront with you. I'm really grateful for my time here at City, but I've been struggling with a lack of game time. He's hardly played this season, especially when we went out of the Carabao Cup. He only plays the FA Cup games, and he hasn't been able to get in ahead of Ederson, has he? Ederson's been actually really, really good. I want to play more, and I've received a good offer from Bayer Leverkusen for next season. They're interested in bringing me in as their first choice goalkeeper. So Stefan Ortega back to Germany with Bayer Leverkusen. Pep says, it's never easy to hear this, Stefan, but I understand. Every player wants to play, and you've been professional here. So you want to leave at the end of the season. And Stefan says, confirms it, yes, I think it's the right move for my career. I'm 31 now, and I need to be playing regularly. If the two clubs can agree on a deal, I believe it's the best decision for me and my family with a move back to Germany. And Pep Guardiola says, you've been great for us, Stefan, and we respect your decision. Let me speak with the board and see what can be done. I wish you all the best, whatever happens. You deserve to play and be happy. Well, that's really good from Pep Guardiola. Stefan says, thank you, Pep. It means a lot to hear that from you. I'll give my all to the end of the season. Let's win the FA Cup. Well, we are into the semi-final of the FA Cup. 2 games left, and Stefan Ortega could lift that trophy in his final game as a Manchester City player. It'll be sad to see Ortega go because he is one of my favourites, but the game time this season just hasn't been enough. Stefan Ortega, stepping in for Ederson last year when he got injured. Ederson hasn't got injured this year, and with going out of the Carabao Cup in the first round, hardly any game time for Stefan Ortega. And a move to Bayer Leverkusen, apparently he's on the cards for him going back to Germany. Thanks for watching. Please do like the video if you haven't already. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. Stefan Ortega to Leverkusen, that will be confirmed probably next season if they make an offer, and we'll go and see him play in the Champions League for a Champions League club, for a Bundesliga competing side in Bayer Leverkusen, and we'll see you guys next time.